Bars like this may be opening doors for alcohol distributors on Sundays. The South Augusta Flea Market has never closed in over 30 years, even after the big fire. This building behind me has been infested with mold and has been closed for over 2 years. What people say is they want something bigger. Find out the fate of a program affecting these children. It may be hard to believe that events taking place over 6,000 miles away are affecting people right here in Athens, but they are. Parking in these middle lanes, known as loading zones, is not a major issue for them, but some drivers say it's a bigger problem than it may seem. I'm currently outside of Athens Regional Medical Center, where the 2 Athens-Clarke County police officers are after the shooting earlier today. These little Head Starters are lining up for recess, but they may not be able to come back. Georgia Head Start is a federally funded program for at-risk children. The Athens Director of Early Learning says the government's plan to cut spending makes the whole program at risk.
152 children that they will not have a place to go if we don't continue to receive that funding. And that's also 36 jobs that will be lost.
Dr. Goodman, the teacher she works with, and the parents all have to be ready for a shutdown. They just don't know what's going to happen.
If the government shuts down over time, we were assured that a short shutdown wouldn't really affect our program. But if it becomes longer term, which they didn't define long term, it means that we would actually shut down classrooms.
The big question is, when?
It might be tomorrow. I mean, they could say, close it up. We don't have any money. We do not know.
The Senate Majority Leader and the House Speaker will meet tonight to discuss government spending, leaving the futures of these precious faces in Washington's hands. Brittany Jones, UGA News Source. The pollen level is very high today with a pollen count of 607. A count of anything over 120 is considered extremely high. Catherine Brandon knows only too well just how bad it is out there today. Coughing, sneezing, red eyes, and itching are all symptoms of allergies. Pollen is getting a head start on things this year. Experts say warm weather has brought on the high pollen levels in Georgia, and the worst is yet to come.
When I'm outside, the wind's blowing, trees are blowing leaves, just things like that. That's what really sets my allergies off, you know, the dust flying and dirt and everything, because there's just much pollen and grass and stuff and all that, and that's really what I'm allergic to.
It's February, and she shows me the pollen that covers her front porch.
All the stuff in the cracks down here on the porch, the yellow dust is the pollen. It's sometimes hard to tell between, you know, just normal dirt and pollen, but it's the yellow that, you know, really stands out. See, there's a bunch of pollen down here on the stairs. You know, it gets in cracks, especially in the wood, and it's usually all over our banisters and, you know, the leaves on the bushes and things. So you have to be real careful to watch out for that. Flowers like this are in bloom especially early this year. If temperatures continue to stay warm, allergy and pollen sufferers may be visiting their local doctor soon. 2 allergy pills every day, and then I take a shot once a week at the health center and the allergy clinic. That's helped a lot. I've been doing that for about 2 years. UGA Health Center representative gives advice to people who are feeling the tickle in their nose.
Come on into the health center if you're a student and see your clinician, see your primary care provider, or talk to the pharmacist. And our pharmacy carries a lot of over-the-counter products that are inexpensive and that can really make you feel a lot better. The worst thing you can do is try to self-medicate if you don't know exactly what you're doing.
Brittany Jones, UGA News Source. Here on the corner of Mike Paget Highway sits the Mo Money Pawn Shop. The shop owner, James Tidwell, was shot and killed back in April.
He was the kind of guy that everybody liked. He's always smiling. He would always help you.
The grand jury has indicted the man allegedly behind his murder. Investigators say Clinton Alexander Shelton shot the owner and dropped the gun, only to be caught a short time later. It's 3 months after Benny Tidwell was shot, and Mo Money Pawn Shop is now closed. Longtime friend Earl Diggers is selling this place full of many memories.
Lost my best friend there. I don't think I want to go back there.
Friends and family are having a hard time dealing with Benny's death.
They're just absolutely shocked. They just can't believe we're not going to have Benny with us anymore. We've lost our best buddy, and that's just, that's a tragedy.
Earl doesn't understand why someone would murder his best friend.
No business being in there. He had no business bothering Benny. Benny was trying to help him, try to help anybody. Walked in there and killed him, and that's just unforgivable in my mind.
Earl is taking steps to move on, as Shelton could face trial for many counts, including murder and armed robbery.
If there was ever a case that warranted capital punishment, this is it. This boy had no business going in there. He had no business trying to rob Benny, and he certainly had no excuse to kill him.
Brittany Jones, CBS News 12, Augusta.